Hello, my name is Sandra Irené. I'm an international educationalist based in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. I've been asked to tell you something about my findings in the difference in classical schooled children and Montessori education, especially these days when the schools are closed and most children in the world are being homeschooled because of the coronavirus. First of all, I hope you and your family are safe and healthy. If that's the case, then I can say, besides difficult, then it's also an interesting time. The interesting thing about the Montessori education is that the principle, one of the main principles of Montessori, is help me to do it myself. In other words, help me to get independent. And we can see a lot of Montessori trained children are independent and they do their tasks, they know what to do, they know when to do it, they know how to do it, and they're proud when they do it. And you can see that Montessori trained children, they kind of adapt easier, adjust easier to big changes than children in classical school situation tend to do. I think also it's interesting for parents to see how their children work at home. You don't often get a chance to see how your Montessori child does the work, and now it gives you the opportunity to be real close and to follow and to see what they're working, and then it's easy to understand why they work the way they work. I find it interesting to hear from Montessori parents that in this situation at homeschooling now, children teach their parents how to do Montessori tasks, which is very nice also for the relationship between children and parents. I feel that one of the advantages of Montessori education is that Montessori developed her education and her materials from real life. So she was working with children who were thought to be mentally disabled, whereas later it turned out that they were deaf. So she developed her educational theory from the children she worked with. I think that's especially one of the great important points of the Montessori education. It's also like the materials the schools work with. Well, these days we have pretty materials, they're pretty and they're all kind of perfect. But obviously at homeschooling you can't have all these materials yourself. But the great thing about the Montessori education is that all the tasks can be also done with home materials. You don't need the perfect Montessori stuff to do the work. For example, with the younger children, it's very easy to use spoons or forks for sizing. It's quite nice to use lock and keys in the door or drawers. So basically it's also a creative way of using your all-day materials. And I think it gives an extra dimension to the relationships at home as well. If you could work out together, okay, at school we work from a rug or we work with this or that. So what do we have at home which we can use in the same way? And a lot of Montessori children, they come up with really great ideas. So, at school we work with this, let's do this, because they know what it's for. They know how to use the materials. They know what they're supposed to get out of it. So I find that and that's what parents tell me, that the Montessori education is kind of preparing for an independent life. And even the youngest can be part of it. And also you can translate it to your home situation. Whereas classical education, it's really a different world from home. And parents I speak with from classical schools, they feel like, we don't know what to do because we are not school. We don't know. We don't have the works. We don't know how and why, and it gives tension. And then basically a lot of parents tell me that they are more working to keep the situation nice and to keep harmony rather than also do schoolwork. Whereas the Montessori education is part of the whole system. So it's not the one or the other. It's like implemented in the in life, in the home situation. And so I think what we see till now, that the Montessori education works out really well, even in this difficult situation. And I hope we can also keep developing further to make these things work. And it's nice to be part of this circle of international Montessori teachers. And I hope we can keep talking about it and keep developing. And maybe we can just give parents also the confidence, because we have been working on the confidence of children. Now it's also nice to work on the confidence of parents, that they can do this homeschooling, and then they can support their children. And then hopefully within a month or maybe years we can say, okay, it was a difficult time with the coronavirus, but we've managed, and we've learned, and we've learned together as a family as well. So I say, well, you keep up the good work, and hope to speak to you soon. Bye.